everyone, it's Maki here. The release date for the movie Gundam Seed Freedom is fast approaching. Let's have a light-hearted chat today. Based on the content of the promotional videos released so far in the history of the Seed series world, let's try to imagine and analyze the story. I have also attempted to analyze the promotional videos and elements of the Seed series in programs I've hosted in the past. So, this time I'll try to analyze from a different perspective than those. Let's first consider the objectives of the Foundation, depicted as an antagonistic organization. What do you think motivates their activities? In the promotional video, Aslan says her research theme is to create a race that surpasses the coordinators. The word her most likely refers to or the Queen of the Foundation. Is it about global domination by a superior race? Or is it about annihilating the old races? I think it's neither. My reasoning is based on a commercial perspective. The goal of annihilation was pursued in Seed by Murder Azrael and Patrick Zohar. The aim of domination was attempted in Seed Destiny by Gilbert Duano. Repeating the same developments as past TV anime for the audience. For this reason, I speculate that the Foundation might operate with an objective different from past antagonists. Another statement that deserves attention is Orphe's words. He gently speaks to a sorrowful lover's crying, saying, "We can end it." The promotional video used repeated images of war. If we interpret these images straightforwardly, it suggests the idea of ending the cycle of war. So, how can war be ended? What options are there other than annihilation or domination? It is about giving up on people who keep repeating wars. In the Seed series, journeying into space is an important element primarily touched upon in the novel version. Mr. Makio, a person close to Law's crime, has a certain perspective regarding Seed abilities. Among his thoughts is the idea that eventually someone will embark on a journey into unknown space. In the TV anime, George Glenn sets off to the Jovian sphere, and the fossil of an unknown creature called Evidence 01 appears. The concept of journeying into space is a significant element. Mr. Yugoto, who wrote the novel version, also contributes as a scriptwriter for the movie. He took over the script from the late Ms. Chiaki Morosawa and is responsible for crafting the story alongside director Mitsuo Fukuda. Why do the people of the Foundation give up on the old humanity? Let's focus on the words of Or, the Queen. Children towards a new future. She speaks in a gentle, nurturing tone to the people of the Black Knight Squad. When the queen of an antagonistic organization in a creative work speaks such words, what mindset is she often in? If she's an antagonist, is it common that such gentle words are deceitful, valuing others only as pawns for her own goals? Of course, it's possible that Dora is such a person. But isn't the element of a queen of an antagonistic organization having cruel feelings towards those she calls children an overused plot device? Could we step away from this conventional approach and consider the possibility that Aura genuinely loves the children of the Black Knight Squad? Thinking this way, what future would you want for the children you love? Most likely, a future far from conflict and misfortune, a happy one. Would you send children into a world of nodules and coordinators, repeating wars hoping they end the conflict and secure the future? This is a very heroic, mislike purpose. It's conceivable for a story's protagonist. However, isn't it more realistic to wish for life in peace, having given up on people who keep fighting? This forms the basis of why the people of the Foundation are giving up on the old humanity. What exactly does giving up entail? In Gundam Unicorn, Full Frontal had the ideology of collaborating with people living in space to economically exclude the privileged class living on Earth. What about other ideas? In fact, a similar concept appears in the Seed spin-off, the Astray series. It features an episode where space colonies are transformed into giant spaceships, escaping the war-torn Earth sphere to seek new habitats. The future of those who escaped the Earth sphere is not depicted. Moreover, in the movie, elements of repeating past history may appear. The promotional video shows a scene where a nuclear missile is used on Earth. While nuclear missiles have appeared in the TV anime, they were not used on Earth. In the history of the Seed series, a nuclear missile was used on the ground only once. In Cosmic Era 1, nuclear weapons were used in the Kashmir region of Central Asia. At that time, humanity was in the midst of a war called the Reconstruction War, caused by the depletion of all resources and economic hardship. This nuclear attack, known as the last nuke, contributed to the end of the war. Later, the year the last nuke was used came to be known as Cosmic Era 1. A while after, in Cosmic Era 15, George Glenn would embark on a journey to the Jovian sphere and reveal the concept of coordinators to the world. The Foundation is a nation independent from the Earth Alliance. However, like their opposition to Brute Cosmos, their adversarial relationship with traditional nations continues. It wouldn't be surprising if there are forces trying to hinder their evolution into a superior race and journey into space. This is similar to the hatred old humanity had for George Glenn and the coordinators. The Foundation might be depicted attacking the opposing Blue Cosmos with the new last nuke to build their own Earth. Let's carefully observe the scene where the nuclear missile is incoming. Did you notice something? It's just for a moment. There appears to be an object flying in the opposite direction of the nuclear missile. To me, it looks like the Black Knight Squad deploying a beam mantle. Could they have known about the use of the nuclear missile? Of course, this is just one speculation. So why do Kira Yamato and others become antagonistic towards the Foundation? This is not clear from the content of the promotional video alone. A line from Maramia's warning, "This is a trap," appears. Is it that the Foundation operates to subdue Campus, having been manipulated into seeing Campus as a dangerous entity to the world for some reason? The scene where Kira Yamato attacks Jin, who appears as an ally, might be a small hint. However, I also consider the possibility that Kira Yamato acts on personal emotions. Let's pay attention to the scene where Orphe speaks to Lars. What if the Foundation was actively recruiting people of superior abilities into their ranks? Being recently independent from the Earth Alliance, their population might be small. The number of people in the race surpassing coordinators created by Eora could also be limited. They might be selecting and recruiting outstanding individuals, having given up on the old humanity and preparing to journey into space. Such actions have been repeatedly depicted in past Gundam series. Giren Zabi in the original Gundam series spoke of the goal to reduce the population because the natural environment, including Earth, cannot be maintained due to population increase. Many villains in Gundam series have attempted to select and act upon a few superior humans. If Lois Klein is separated from her companions by Luffy and others, how would Kira Yamato act? He might initially choose not to interfere if it's her wish. However, director Mitsuo Fukuda has said in an interview that one of the themes of the movie is love. Kira Yamato acting for his own love might be depicted. In Seed and Sea Destiny, Kira Yamato fought for the world. He has already participated in battles for the sake of the whole world in 2 works. Could he act on different motivations in the 3rd work, the movie? This would allow the audience to see a new side of Kira Yamato. Soichiro Hoshi, the voice actor for Kira Yamato, said in a magazine interview, "I may have misunderstood Kira as a person. We might see Kira Yamato with different emotions and actions than in past works. Also, pay attention to Kira Yamato's lines in the promotional video when the Rising Freedom Gundam launches. He says Kira Yamato launching. The word freedom is not mentioned. It's not Kira Yamato freedom launching. This felt to me like a declaration of his will to launch as an individual for himself. What will the movie's ending be? I personally hope for some kind of happy ending. What about an ending where Kira Yamato and others mediate relations between the new race of the Foundation and the old humanity? The element of mediating good relations between the new and old races is something George Glenn spoke of, and the race capable of mediating these relations is the true nature of the coordinators, as described by George Glenn. The ending where Kira Yamato steps forward not as a super coordinator, but as a true coordinator, could be a beautiful form of a happy ending. What do you think? I repeat, this content is merely my personal speculation. While waiting for the release of the work, imagining such scenarios is also one of the fun experiences of the Gundam series. If you'd like, please share your thoughts as well. See you again in the next program.